13 ways to beat procrastination. Prioritize your tasks and responsibilities. Prioritize your tasks and responsibilities. Divide the task into smaller parts. Divide the tasks into smaller parts. Take a break in scheduled increments. Take a break in scheduled increments. Celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins. Delegate when you can. Delegate when you can. Define the outcome that you want. Define the outcome that you want. Get an accountability partner. Get an accountability partner. Try a mindfulness based exercise. Try a mindfulness based exercise. Identify what makes you the most productive. Identify what makes you the most productive. Consider the impact on your health. Consider the impact on your health. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. Write down your tasks and cross them off when you are done. Write down your tasks and cross them off when you're done. So now that we're done listing these 13 tips, I'm gonna go ahead and analyze and explain what each means, right? So number one, prioritize your tasks and the responsibilities. So remember guys, all of these 13 tips work together, and sometimes you do some of them and not all. That's still fine, right? Everything that you do towards your goal, that's a win. So speaking of this, prioritize your tasks. This would basically mean planning, right? Writing down all your tasks and choosing which one is most important. That's all that it means. Just by doing that, you have already started. You've already beat procrastination. So that's the beautiful thing about these tips that I'm giving you guys, right? About my analysis rather. Right? People don't know that by already prioritizing and planning, you already beat procrastination, right? Procrastination, the way to beat it is to get endorphins, that feeling of joy that comes from you achieving something. So by already writing down your tasks, you already release dopamine that you did something, right? Then number two, you break down your tasks, right? Let's say you have a task to go and climb a mountain. Break it down, right, into a few smaller steps. For example, you have to pack your bag, pack your shoes for climbing the mountain, uh, YouTube videos on how to climb mountains. Right? So you write all uh, those tasks down into smaller pieces. Right? So number three, take a break in scheduled increments. Right? The idea is not to force yourself to sit down for long hours. If you want to take a break, take a break. It doesn't even have to be in scheduled increments. Right? As long as you did something, as long as you're doing something, you're building up dopamines. Right? And then number four, celebrate the small wins. Right? After completing each and every small tasks, it's already a win, and already your body is gonna release dopamine, that feel good energy. That's already celebration enough. But otherwise, if you want to reward yourself, you can do that. Huh? Taking a walk, eating something nice, that's a nice reward. Right? By doing that, eating something nice, adds more dopamines. The more dopamines you have, the better. Right? The more you're gonna overcome procrastination. Right? And then define the outcome that you want. This is also part of planning, writing down the outcome of what you want. Right? Just by planning, you already beat procrastination. And then get an accountability partner. Now, tell somebody what you're doing and ask them to check on you. When they do that, then the first things first that you do, you come to this list, check what small thing can you do, and then you do it. Then you already beat procrastination. The idea is, don't try to finish the task. There is a thing called the 2 minute rule. Basically, it means that do 2 minutes, just 2 minutes of anything that you have to do. That's all that you need to do. What causes procrastination is that people think they have to, if you have to write an assignment, they think that they have to complete the assignment uh, in one sitting or in that day. You don't have to, even if the due date is that day, you don't have to. Just do 2 minutes. That 2 minutes will cause your body to release dopamines, and that's when you will finish the assignment. But if you don't focus on the 2 minutes, you won't do it. You will procrastinate. That's where the idea of dividing your tasks come into play. Do 2 minutes. Don't. I know there is a book that says uh, start with the biggest task and the most difficult task. Don't do that. That will definitely cause procrastination. Start with 2 minutes, the smallest task possible, even if it means just opening your textbook and leaving it. That takes 2 minutes itself. Looking for a textbook and opening it, that's it. Then you will see what happens when your body releases dopamines, because you don't control your energy. The dopamines control your energy. Huh? Anyways, let's move on. Try a mindfulness based approach. Everything that we're saying here will give you peace, which is mindfulness. So this is basically what this rule is saying, is that try this approach. Huh? Identify what makes you most productive. Yeah. For example, when I work, every time when I work, I make sure that I have a second screen, uh, and then on that screen I'm streaming YouTube or Netflix. Right? That makes me productive, because I don't, on the other screen, I open whatever it is that I have to work on, and I work on it. On the other screen is Netflix. So in that way, I don't see myself working. You get what I'm saying? Because working is associated with Netflix. And then every time I hit a difficult problem, my brain cannot think. Then what do I have to do? I have to pause Netflix and focus on my work. But by that time, I had already released dopamines. Then I have already beat procrastination. Then I can continue working. Does that make sense? So consider what makes you productive and use it to your advantage. That's your leverage. Uh, Consider the impact on your health. So you need to be careful about your health here. You know, another thing, you might want to use caffeine, right? Coffee, energy drinks, those help. You cannot be productive if you don't have energy, if you're tired, right? Either you sleep, you take the caffeine, you do whatever you need to do to get that energy. However, consider the impact of whatever you're taking on your health, right? Be smart about it. YouTube it and read it. I'll make a video about which the benefits of coffee, caffeine, sleep, and whatnot. I'll do a video about everything. Just make sure that you get something that's gonna give you energy. Even water can give you energy, and use that. If it doesn't work, move to something else that works. If water doesn't work, move to something else that works. You might want to move to caffeine. Be honest with yourself. Exactly what I said. If water doesn't work, be honest with yourself and move to caffeine. Don't lie to yourself and be like, maybe. No, just be frank, concise, and candid with yourself, right? Think outside the box. So like mixing and matching all these roles that I give you. That's thinking about outside the box. You're not following them from 1 to 13. You will be mixing and matching, maybe starting with 13 and going to 1, adding 6, adding 5, adding 4. That's thinking about this, the outside the box. That's improvising. That's being creative, right? You playing around with the procedure. This is a procedure that I'm giving you. And lastly, write down your tasks and cross them off when you are done. This is powerful, because remember, by just the mere fact of writing things down, that's called planning. Planning means writing things down. Now, when you cross them off, that will help your body to release dopamine. And dopamine is a feel good energy. It makes you feel good about doing work. That's what makes you beat procrastination. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe.